What are you actually going to see and what are you going to become aware of at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Pisces, is really going to help you out so much. On one hand, it's going to help you out. It's going to help you out so much because what you're going to hear, what you're going to become aware of, it's going to open your eyes and it's going to really make you aware of something that you haven't been aware of before, and this is going to contribute towards you getting a different picture. Now, you getting a different picture, it's absolutely everything. When I say that you're going to get a different picture, that in itself, it's really also going to be the time of your life where you're going to realize that you are indeed getting a different perspective, where you're going to realize at that moment in time exactly which sacrifice do you need to make, what do you need to let go, and what do you need to accept. Now, a lot is going to be on your mind in terms of you feeling really bored with certain aspects of your life. So this is how this week is going to start. But please don't feel down or don't feel negative. This is actually quite good. You need to look at the things in this way. When you feel really bored or when you feel really negative at the beginning of the week, these are also your signs. Which parts of your life slowly but surely came to an end. And this is also going to be a sign that very soon after that moment in time, the process of change is going to start, where naturally you're gonna start feeling really inspired. After a couple of days, you are really going to get a quite interesting message, interesting information, and that message and information that you're going to get, it's like something is gonna inspire you so much. Something is going to make you feel so enthusiastic when you get this message and information. And at the same time, it's like kind of going to be connected to you starting up a certain project, but it's a lot to do with a new direction being revealed to you in your life. So you will know that naturally, now, my gorgeous Piscelini, this is the time to explore. Explore as much as you possibly can. Investigate as much as you possibly can again. Just remember, when I say that you need to explore, you need to investigate, this is to do with the new direction. This is what you need to understand, that it's all about you becoming aware of the new direction in life. But before that happens, naturally, you're going to feel like, oh God, uninspired, shall I say, or you're going to feel really bored with the certain aspects of your life and the certain things that you're doing over and over again. But for some reason, you haven't done anything about it. So this is the time where you are going to have a pretty much so like a shaky momenty, but in the best possible way. So that news and information that you're going to have, it's also like kind of really something is just going to inspire you so much. So it's about a fresh perspective and inspiration and enthusiasm that is going to come out of it, and you will know what this message and information is, because it's not only about you feeling enthusiastic and excited, but also you're going to be in this mode, oh my God, I want to explore, I want to go and find out more, I want to find out a bit further, I want to investigate a bit more. So this in itself, it's going to be your clear sign that this is something that you should do. So it's not about like you feeling really bored or you feeling really negative and just realizing, oh my God, why am I doing this for so long and I'm just so bored. No, baby, no. But it's about paying attention to signs, paying attention to our feelings, paying attention to our emotions, and paying attention to, most importantly, how we feel when a certain people or a certain information, certain messages in our lives, how they inspire us, and how we feel when we have this absolutely mind-blowing inspiration. Because I will tell you, it's about the energy and vibration that you haven't felt in a long time, my gorgeous Piscelini. And I'm talking about the stage and the period within the last 24 months You haven't felt anything like it so far, so you are going to like this part of your life. I really hope that this is not too confusing, but the energy, it's very, very strong. So I'm feeling this in a rather elevated way when it comes to you, my gorgeous Pisces, because I know how much you have been through, but most importantly, I know how much this aspect of your life it's actually going to mean to you. So it's not about you being bored, being negative, being sad, and knowing like, oh my God, certain aspects of my life came to an end. No, baby, no. You'd use this as a spiritual map, which is bringing you knowledge, which is bringing you awareness that after that moment in time, it's all going to be about that message and information that you're going to have, which is going to inspire you so much to start a new project. But you will know what this is, because you're going to feel such a strong sense to explore and to start up a new project. And it is to do with a new direction in your life. And there is something on another hand that you are going to hear at around a similar time. Something that you're going to hear on the outside. Nothing to do with like a people in your life. Nothing to do with the people who you know. But you're going to be able to hear some kind of information or news from the outside. You know what I mean? That it's all going to kind of contribute even more towards all these things that you actually want to do. But especially when it comes to you taking certain actions, when it comes to like a parts of your life that came to an end, natural action. What would be the next step, next stage of your life? But most importantly, this news from the outside that you're going to hear is just going to confirm something to you, and this is going to make you kind of even more keen and eager to actually start up this new project, you know. So don't kind of like think that this is not in an important stage of your life, my gorgeous Pisces, because it is. Look, when I'm shuffling this oracle, babies, or this oracle deck, and when it comes to like you starting up a new project, my gorgeous Pisces, new project, let me tell you that this project can reflect on so many other things in your life, okay? It can reflect on so many things that mean to you, that make you feel happy, that make you feel good, that make you feel excited. This could reflect on you starting something like a business wise, or you kind of trying to learn something, starting like some kind of learning experience, progress, process, or it could even be like included like in your life in such a way where you are like maybe you know, you can work on yourself and starting something, you know, in order to kind of bring more people into your life. You know, this can kind of reflect on so many different stages, on so many different aspects of your life. But you will know what am I talking about exactly when you become aware of the certain aspects of your life coming to an end, and that's going to reflect on you, with you kind of suddenly feeling bored about it. So you will know what this is. And so it could be like with the business, but it could also be like an opportunity, new kind of like a venture in your life, but it will also be very much so to do with your emotions as well. But the bottom line is, look, you need to be open. This is going to however this happens, my gorgeous Pisces, this is going to make you feel so open. It's going to make you feel so excited, which means that you haven't been able to express yourself so far the way you were expressing yourself. You're still holding something down, and that in itself, it's making me aware pretty much so that, you know, you have been quite restricted, you know, when it comes to your life. So this is also going to help you to not to be so restricted. So you're drifting naturally towards the part of your life that is indeed, you see, going to bring you success. You see, it's going to bring you success no matter what. This is what you need to understand. And at the same time, you see, it's going to bring you the whole new world of wonder. What do you need at this stage in your life, my gorgeous Pisces? It's exactly about to happen through this situation. And even more so, a couple of days after that moment in time, you are going to have such a mind-blowing vision. Something is just going to come to you completely out of the blue when you least expected, but you are going to be at a very interesting stage of your life. So you are going to be like kind of, your concentration levels are going to be pretty much so really high up, which means that you are at the same time, couple of days later, you're going to feel like a really kind of such a powerful energy, and you will want to express yourself in a certain way. You will want to do something that you love doing, for example. You know, this is what we do when we feel optimistic, when our vibration is kind of risen to the point when we want to kind of reflect on things that we love doing. Whatever this is, you're going to find yourself doing something that you love doing, that you enjoy doing, and then out that your all your energy, it's going to be like kind of going towards that aspect of your life. And then suddenly out of the blue, it's going to be like this vision, like, oh my God. And the vision that you're going to have, you know, I'm not going to lie to you, it's going to make you aware of like a really, sorry, it's got too much water. It's going to make you aware of like a really kind of hard work, and you must not ahead, you know, like some kind of hard work. It's like, no baby, no, you must not let that put you off. Okay, this is very important for you to remember. So you are going to have a vision, but this vision is like a big mama here. The only thing that I'm worried that this may affect you, like in a way, like where you're going to kind of become aware of like a very much a lot to do ahead, some kind of a hard work. But this is an aspect of your life that you need to plunge in as soon as you possibly can. You need to jump into this as soon as you possibly can. You know what I mean? Like what I always say to you, it's like basically like if you don't jump in the water, you're never gonna learn how to swim, my gorgeous Piscelini. But you're Piscelini, you know how to swim anyway, so I don't need to tell you this. So now it's time to jump, baby, and swim as far as you possibly can. This indeed is bringing such an important justice into your life. This is bringing a justice into your life, and at the same time somebody who's like a pretty much so very interesting person in your life, somebody who you kind of look up to, but somebody who is in your life, somebody who's ridiculously spiritual, very powerful in so many different ways, very grounded, very wise. It's also going to kind of give you a really interesting advice, you know, and the advice that you are going to have, it's going to be pretty much so, it's going to confirm to you already what was on your mind. But this is important for you to remember this, because at the same time it's all going to boil down towards you realizing that this is going to be really, really wise. This is a really wise stage. It's a wise decision that you're going to need to make. So it is going to boil down towards you making a really wise decision, because something quite big is going to need to go. Something that it's almost going to make you feel like, oh no, you know, I'm so worried about this aspect of my life. But it's to do with an aspect of your life that you got used to so much, and it's to do with an aspect of your life that was slowing you down because it was preventing you to move on. It's an aspect of your life that made you feel like a really comfortable, but it doesn't mean if we are comfortable that we are actually happy. So it's all to do with an aspect of your life that you need to realize, you need to kind of move on from this, cut this out, because it wasn't only preventing you from moving on, but it was preventing you from coming out of yourself. It was preventing you from coming out of your comfort zone, and it was also preventing you reaching an ultimate happiness in your life, in your life. So you see, it's all about you trusting yourself and understanding, you know, you follow your soul, follow your spirit, follow that voice within, no matter what, my gorgeous Piscelini. Now it's more important than ever. Okay, and also you see, when I say this, like for example, so it's all gonna kind of like when it comes to like you realizing that wise advice and ultimate, you know, happiness coming through it. Look at this, what just came out. Of course, I'm not being funny, but this is all, you see this? You see the high priestess? It's all about the wise advice. So it's just a confirmation. I started shuffling these gorgeous cards, and then they just popped out like this. Honestly, I didn't take it out. You can rewind and check whatever. They just popped out, this baby here, just to confirm again that this is going to be probably one of the wisest advices of your life. This is going to be really wise, and it's going to be really important, and it's going to help you to like really reconnect with yourself on so many different levels. And my gorgeous Piscelini, at the same time, you need to understand that it is, look, all about this new project, you know, any new venture that you are going to start. So this high priestess, Amazing tarot card, High Priestess. It's a very, very wise choice, very wise advice, very wise situation going on in your life, which is reflecting on this new project, new start, new beginning. You need to start working on yourself, my gorgeous Pisces. This is important when it comes to your progress, but it is also rather important when it comes to your soul purpose, when it comes to your spiritual journey. This is all connected. You need to understand that some collaboration is going to be needed at around the midweek. But what I really like about this collaboration, not as such collaboration, but at around the midweek, you're going to find yourself being surrounded by a certain group of people, by about 2 or 3 people perhaps, but a few people are going to be around you, and it's almost like you're going to realize, oh my god, like some kind of collaboration is going on, and you're going to realize how everybody's having their own role, and then some kind of realization, some kind of idea is going to come to you, some kind of inspiration. You're going to realize something about yourself, something that you should be doing. And this, my gorgeous Pisces, it's only going to highlight some kind of a skill of yours that you should be taking on the next level. This is indeed going to need more nurturing and more energy, because you are having the time of your own transformation. When you become aware of that skill about yourself at around the midweek, through somebody else or through a group of people that are going to inspire you and remind you of something. At the same time, this does happen. This did not happen like a coincidence. No, baby, no. This happened because it was meant to happen, because this is marking nicely, beautifully, and gorgeously the beginning of your own transformation. So that also means that this is not a good week to invest financially big time into something. So if you want to buy something big, if you're lucky enough, if you can, if you want to buy something huge or make a massive investment, no baby, no. After the 23rd of October, it's going to be fine, but I wouldn't do it this week, because it's all more about plans, more about planning, realizing, taking these things slowly, and like kind of like realizing that you do indeed need to be patient in this stage in your life. So it's not to do with like a kind of, it's not a week for like a really big investments whatsoever, but it is marking the beginning of transformation, where you are really going to find yourself on such a beautiful stage. And all this little, oh my god, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, I don't know how I'm gonna do that, it's gonna disappear completely, because this inspiration that you are going to have, this is really going to ignite your passion like never before. And that in itself, it's really kind of like you are already planting some kind of a spiritual seeds. What is going to happen here, it's an important part of your destiny, and that in itself means that you're going to feel extremely passionate to do something. But what you're not going to understand at that moment in time, that passion in itself is different, because you're already starting something just by being passionate. It's going to be such a powerful vibration that you are going to start kind of planting seeds already. You're about to give birth to some kind of new beginning, new creation, new start, without even realizing. This in itself, it's even more so going to really kind of really going to open your eyes. But it's going to kind of like a start new kind of way of thinking. This is all going to boil down towards your brand new kind of a way of thinking, fresh way of thinking. And this in itself, it's going to kind of like a really point, like even more, a little very interesting ideas that you are going to have. And this in itself, it's really going to make you aware of also how much you've actually learned over the last 2 or 3 years. And you need to remember, give a credit, my gorgeous Pisces, to yourself whenever the credit is actually due. So these new ideas that are going to come to you from this fresh thinking, it's also going to make you aware of an aspect, certain aspect that you're going to need to learn a little bit more, because you will see it's all about the curious mind, and your curious mind is also going to be like your guiding light. Your curious mind is going to be like your guiding light, and this in itself, it's an important stage, because there is a very kind of huge, enormous problem going to come to an end with all this. And by the end of the week, it's all about this problem coming to an end that was really kind of bothering you over the last 5 months in particular. It was draining your energy, and that in itself, it's marking the beginning of the whole new stage where you are going to realize, you know what is happening now and what is unfolding now, my gorgeous Piscelini, this is not only going to change your life, but at the same time, it's going to bring you the reason to actually celebrate, honestly. And also, when it comes to the actual last part of this week, my gorgeous Piscelini, it's basically, you just need to understand, my God, sorry, I'm being weird, but you need to understand, over the last 6 months, within the last 6 months, something happened, like some big mama problem, massive problem, something terrible, not terrible, but something happened within the last 5 or 6 months, something that shocked you. Like, I'm talking about like a pretty much a negative tower situation which did kind of show you out of balance over the last 6 months indeed. But there is something that you need to accept, and you didn't accept this. Something came to an end within the last 6 months, and you need to establish what this is, because it's almost as if like you need to let something go. You need to let the specific situation go. So within the last 6 months, the negative situation happened in your life, and you're still kind of longing for something. You're still hoping for something to happen, but no, baby, no. That was an end of your spiritual journey with that situation, and you need to accept this. The sooner you accept this, the better it's going to be, because it's a lot to do with a very negative attachment in your life, and it's a lot to do with the things too good to be true, and it's a lot to do with like a terrible temptation. So no, baby, no. So you have to accept this somehow, and that is going to be on your mind. So you need to accept that the specific part of your life, it came to an end, and that in itself, you're not going to be able to realize this at that moment in time, but this in itself, it's going to mark the stage where like kind of very difficult stage in your life, it's almost coming to an end, it's almost over. That was affecting you, making you feel negative and sad, and it was slowing your life, and it's also a couple of days later, it's just all about you, really kind of like a feeling very spiritual, really beautiful. A couple of days later, you are just gonna like kind of have such a powerful vibration, and you are gonna feel extremely spiritual. So this is gonna reflect on you wanting to like kind of express yourself in a spiritual way. And when you kind of feel this, this is also going to kind of like create a rather unique vibration where you're kind of thinking, but without like kind of thinking, you're thinking, but you're not aware of how deep and how far you go, and you will want to kind of like express yourself in a spiritual way. Maybe you will want to light the candle, maybe you will want to do like a little ritual, maybe you will be playing with your crystals, whatever it is. But at that moment in time, something is again going to come to you, something is going to happen. There is a spiritual key that is gonna come to you. So some kind of key to the certain problem, and this in itself, it's going to make you aware of like how to protect what's yours. And this was like on your mind quite a lot. What would be the best thing to do in order to protect what's yours? And that in itself, it's going to make you aware. So it's all about you putting your foot down. It's all about you being honest with yourself, but it's all about you making an important decision. And decision that you're going to make after that moment in time, it's not only going to motivate you, but it's also going to motivate others, because you're going to be very powerful here, because it's all about you feeling this clear direction, intention, and your ambition. You're going to feel very ambitious, so you're going to feel very driven indeed. So it's all about you realizing, oh my God, you are making a progress here, like a big progress just by doing this, but also an additional message and information that is going to surprise you about making a progress with something that you were like kind of putting lots of energy towards like a long time ago. So this is an additional message that is going to surprise you, that you're going to have at the end of the week. But it's going to happen, it couldn't happen at a better time. So you see, it's happening when it's meant to happen, of course, indeed. And that in itself, it's really going to make you aware of, what? It's like, it's time to kind of like for an expansion. And this is something that I definitely want to do. It's going to make you to look forward even more to what is about to come into your lives. This, my gorgeous Piscelini, is an important week indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Piscelini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.